So you see people on the internet talking about lessons they have learned. If someone's in their 20s, they're going to be talking about lessons from their teenage years. If someone's in their 30s, they're going to be talking about lessons they learned from their 20s. And you see videos like this, and there's nothing specifically wrong with videos like this. You can learn things from these videos. But there is one thing which people don't realize is that, I mean, one thing, it's understandable that we make mistakes, but a lot of those mistakes which you might like even be making right now, which you might see later in the future, like let's say if you're in your 20s now, and in your 30s you might be like, oh, I made these mistakes, I wish I had done something about them. And the truth is, you can do something about them right now. So the point of this is that a lot of things that people talk about in these videos, you like those, I mean, obviously, we are different people. At different times we learn different things, it's understandable. But a lot of us, at different times of our lives, right, we are going to be in this stage as well. Let's say if you're in your 20s and in your 30s, you might be like, oh, these are certain mistakes I made and I wish I had done this rather than what I was doing. But you can avoid that. Like, you can avoid feeling that way, that regret. You can avoid that. How? Look at your life right now. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing every day? What did you do today? What did you do yesterday? What have you been doing this week, this month? What have you done? And looking at all this, like what you did today, this week, this month, this year, where is your life going? Like, what you have, let's just take today. What you have done today, if you did everything that you did today for a year, where would you be? And that just shows you where you are going to be. So a lot of these people who are talking about, in their 20s, I made these mistakes. And let's say someone ate a lot of junk food and they were fat, right? So it's pretty simple, right? If you want to be fit, right? And what you do right now is you look at your life right now. What am I doing? You do this every day. Reassess your life every day. What do I want from my life and what am I doing about it? If I'm not doing anything about it, that is my choice. Because, like with this example, that you want to be fit, you want to have muscle, right? But you're not doing anything about it. But one thing you have to do, let's say you're eating junk food, and you do this for 10 years, and then you're in your 30s, and then you say, oh, I made this very big mistake. I was eating junk food in my 20s. I wish I had not done that. You can stop that right now. The way you do that, you look at your life right now, every day. What have I done today? What am I doing? And where is this going? If I'm eating junk food every single day, what is going to happen? Like, and you have to do this. Like, this, but you have to actually do this every single day. At the end of the day, you can do this, right? Okay, what have I done today? And if I just look at today and repeat this day for the next 365 days, what is going to happen looking at that what I have done today? And if you eat if you just eat junk food, you waste your time on social media, you don't do anything about the life that you want, and you complain in your 30s that you didn't do anything in your 20s, it was your choice. And again, I understand we make mistakes, but from this perspective that you reassess your life every day, you look at your life, you look at how you spend the day, and then if you still do what you're doing, like if you look at your day, what you did, you wasted your time on social media, you ate junk food, things like that, and you had things you wanted to accomplish, but you didn't do anything about it, but you still did this thing, reassessing your life. What did I do today? And looking at this, with what I have done today, where am I going? What is going to happen with my life? So you know clearly what is going to happen, and you still do this. And in your 30s, this happens, that I wish I had done this, that I had stopped eating junk food. That would not be the case, because you chose that. Because if you reassess your life every single day, you put it in front of you what you're doing. This is what I'm doing, and if I continue to do this, this is what's going to happen. So then you don't use this as an excuse. You don't use this, oh, I regret, I wish I had, I wish I had done this in my 20s, in my 30s. So you can avoid that right now. I mean, by doing this every day, that what am I doing and where is my life going? Because if you're still fat and you have not done anything, but you have been reassessing your life every day, but you still didn't do anything, when you're going to be in your 30s and let's say you're in your 20s, and you do say you want to be fit, but you don't do anything about it, and you do reassess your life every single day, it's going to be your choice. So don't say when you're going to be in your 30s, oh, this is the mistake I made, oh, I regret that I ate junk food. You don't regret it. You chose that. So you don't regret, like, it's, when you choose something like that, when you're so aware of it, right? Like all of these, like a lot of these mistakes that we make, they can be avoided by just reassessing our life every single day. What am I doing? Where do I want to go? And looking at what am I doing, is this going to get me to where I want to be? That's simple. That's simple. And again, some of you might say, there are mistakes that we will make, that we even need to make, and there's nothing wrong with that. There are certain mistakes you will make in your life, certain things you cannot avoid. Like if you're gonna learn something, maybe it's a skill, maybe it's driving a car, could be anything. You will make mistakes, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because those things like that are not really mistake. That is just part of the game. Like a baby, when it starts to walk, you don't say when the baby, the baby falls when he's trying to walk. You don't say he made a mistake. It's just, you say it's just gonna happen. This is just part of learning how to walk. So that is not a mistake. So in situations like this is not a mistake which you would make if you're learning something. But something like this, like you're not taking care of your health, you're not doing something about yourself, maybe you're not taking care of yourself physically, mentally, things like that, you can do that right now. This is not a mistake. This is not the kind of mistake which I just said, that with certain things that you need to make mistakes. This is not that kind of mistake. So you can choose to change that right now. You don't need to spend 5 years, 10 years doing this same thing and then be like, oh, I regret doing this. If I had just done this thing, if I had just took care of myself, if I had done something about my life, financially, things like that. You don't say that. If you do this, which I just said, what? You reassess your life every day. And this is good because you put everything in front of you, what you're doing every single day. And also where you want to be in life. So when you look at what you're doing, and also you remind yourself where I want to be, not remind yourself, like everyone, like you and me, you may not have a very crystal clear idea where you want to be, but you do know what you want in life, right? Certain things you do want in life. And you look at what you're doing, and the things you want, let's say in your 30s and you're in your 20s now, and the life that you will have in your 30s is not the kind of life that you will want, you can just change that right now. But if you still do this, right, what you're doing right now, and if it's something which is not going to get you to where you want to be, but you do this thing, that you reassess your life every day, then you don't say this as a regret, or I made this mistake, because you chose that. So these videos, they can be helpful, but at the same time, you do need to realize that a lot of the mistakes that you're making right now, they can be avoided. So reassessing your life and just being more attentive of just what is happening in my life. What am I doing? How am I spending my time? Is this going to get me to where I want to be? And if it's not going to get you to where you want to be, and you still do that thing, you are choosing that life. Whatever life doing this thing, wasting time, whatever this will lead to, what is this going to lead to? You won't have anything you want in life. You get the point. So this is the thing. So you can avoid all of these mistakes which you might be making right now, or like mistakes which you might say in the future, oh, I wish I had not done that. You can change that right now. What you have to do is reassess your life every day. What am I doing? Where is this gonna go? Where is my life going? That simple. Because with the social media, with the internet, we don't spend time with ourselves. We don't spend time thinking. We are thinking automatically, and we're not really thinking, to be honest. So when this happens, we are not really attentive. We're not really observant of anything. We're living like a robot. So just doing things automatically, and that's just how your life goes, right? But when you do something like this, you pay attention, what am I doing, where is my life going? You do something about it. And if you don't do something about it, then it's your choice. Then don't complain later when you won't have the things you wanted. Or then you're going to be saying, you might be saying, I wish I had done that. You chose that right now. If you continue to do whatever you're doing right now, and if it's not going to lead you to the life that you want. So I hope what I talked about makes sense, and this is this can be very powerful if you actually do something about it. Reassess your life every day. It can change your life. A lot of regrets, mistakes that you can avoid, right? Certain mistakes I understand we need to make, but a lot of mistakes you can avoid right now. Listen, eating junk food, you can avoid that. Working, not like using social media all the time, not for nothing, like just wasting time, you can avoid that, right? So these are things you can avoid. So just look at your life right now. What am I doing, and where is this gonna go? And do this every day. This will help you become a better person, more observant of yourself, and just will help you change your life. So I hope it makes sense what I just said. And again, videos like these, there's nothing specifically wrong, but I just see that a lot of people listen to this, and you don't realize a lot of these mistakes which you're making right now, you can avoid by what I just said right now, by doing what I just said. So yeah, I hope the video makes sense or helps.